Hey everybody, Fifth Horseman here, playing more Kerbal Space Program, and as of this recording, this is the first time I've recorded after the big announcement that Kerbal Space Program is in 1.0. I'm pretty jazzed about this, however, it means that we're on a timer. I am going to guess that 1.0 is coming out before the end of the month. I think that's their hard date is April 30th, so I'm going to assume it's coming out on April 30th, and that means I've got about 6 or 7 episodes before 1.0 comes out. And to be frank with you, I don't want to do this series once 1.0 comes out, because I already have 2 ideas for series, and I think I'm probably going to try to do both of them. So, I'm cutting back on our plan. Plan used to be a base on every single planet and moon in the system. I'm going to scrub the plan for Boho, Drez, and Elu. They're boring. Nobody cares about them. I don't care about them. We're not going to put bases on them. I'm also going to basically from this point on, as soon as we set up the Ike base, we're going to ignore Duna. And the only thing we're going to do on Eve from this point on is land somebody on the surface to get a surface sample from the ocean, because I've never done that before in the game, and I want to do that before 1.0 comes out. That means it's all about the jewel, and it's all about the jewel from the point of this Ike ELP base arriving, which is the next thing to happen. So let's go ahead and jump to that now and get it done. And I should say this is not actually the base arriving. The clock is going crazy, so I'm just going to get rid of that so we don't see it. This is not the ELP base arriving, obviously. It is the ELP base getting to its maneuver node. So this might not even be the thing to happen. But another problem with this is I might not really show you. Every single Kerbal might not get something to do. And if that's the case, I'm sorry. If you're one of the people who doesn't get shown what you do, it's just the way it's going to work because of the fact that I want to play the new version of the game when it comes out. So let's go ahead and fast forward 70 days. We have nothing to do until that point. Okay, now we have a very short maneuver node burn. I'm actually going to aim this guy at the maneuver node. Then I'm going to put him back on just stability assist to make sure he's aimed right at the maneuver node right now. And then we're going to do this burn. It really doesn't matter when we do it, so we'll do it right now. Wow, that's fast. I'm just going to tap, and we got 1 meter per second, 0 meters per second. That should be perfect. Let's look at Duna and see if that's actually the case. Yep, we have a collision with Duna, which is exactly what we want. So we're going to leave it like that. I think we could burn up a teeny tiny little bit more. Huh. Does this guy have RCS? Probably not. He does not have RCS. We're going to leave it like this until we get in the sphere of influence. Let's go ahead and delete this. Let's go. Oh, wow. It's going to let me put a maneuver here. How crazy is that? The maneuver here is going to have a little bit of normal south, I guess, because we're going to get it back in the plane here. And then a little bit of radial out. That way we'll get our nice arrow break. We'll get it. Oh, look at that. We're going to actually have a Ike encounter. That's pretty cool. Although, no, that's Ike encounter is actually after it, I think. I have no idea. Doesn't really matter. That Ike encounter isn't going to change this very much. The whole point of this is to get a nice arrow break around Duna that we'll worry about when the time comes. Okay, we are in Duna's sphere of influence, so we really don't care about anything else now. All we care about is aiming this guy at the maneuver node. Then we're going to go to stability assist. This is going to be a very small burn, so I'm not going to bother doing it very, like with the Z key. I'm just going to do this. We're going to delete this maneuver node now, and we are going to turn on our trajectories mod. And that's telling us we're going to end up there. Now, we don't care about fixed body mode, so we're going to turn that off just for my sake. Now we need to, do we already have the north-south pretty much done? I think we can do a little bit more. There, that gets us our north-south, and now we're no longer getting in the atmosphere, though. So let's burn anti-radial. Yeah, see, it's not telling me what the arrow break is going to be, and it might not until we pass Ike, because it might be confused about what's going to happen here because of our connection with Ike. So let's go ahead and watch this guy. I don't know where Duna is. There's Duna. Let's go ahead and watch this guy head up to Duna here. and wait for Ike to screw up his sphere of influence. Oh, we got to delete this maneuver node alarm. Hey, Ike, how you doing? Oh, that's funny. I got the alarm like before I even got there. Yeah, there's something weird going on with Kerbal Alarm Clock. I'm pretty sure it's my fault, whatever the problem is. But it just doesn't understand what's going on as far as sphere of influence changes are concerned. Okay, now obviously this is not very good. If I burn inward... Oh, there we go. Okay, finally we're in a sphere of influence change here. Yeah, see, this doesn't tell me enough information. So let's burn down a little bit. See, I think a periapsis of around 13 or so is what you normally have. I'm going to hit F5. This isn't fair that my tools aren't working for me. So I'm going to hit F5. That way, just in case, I'm going to get my periapsis down to about 13 or so. If this thing doesn't tell me, we're just going to go, there we go, there we go. That's what we like to see. And that's just about perfect. That'll get us a nice Ike encounter eventually. Yes, and thanks to whoever suggested that mod. There was a mod that gives you not only more action groups, but allows you to set them on the fly. I'm not going to add that into this series simply because the series is almost over. However, I may look at it as a potential mod in my new series, which hopefully is going to be not just 1.0, but centered around... I'm going to turn SAS off and let this guy tumble as far as however he wants to tumble. It's also going to involve the SETI mod, which I am a huge fan of. Where's our base? We're not going to see our base. It's going to be on the dark side of the planet. Oh well. Yes, our predicted apoapsis here is looking good. In theory, we could have gotten a gravity scan here, but I don't think we have any science experiments on this ship. The bumpy Duna surface here. Yeah, I had the ambient light way too far up. Let's turn it up a little bit because I want you guys to be able to see what's going on. There we go. I didn't want it that bright. There we go. Looking good. I think we're out of the atmosphere now. Oh, not quite. And we still have the problem. We have the same problem that the other ship had, and I am going to restore from quick save because I don't accept that. No, I'm not, because I just hit quick save because I'm a moron. Okay, we're going to turn ourselves retrograde. I hope we didn't screw this up. If we can get into orbit, we can get him fuel. So let's go ahead and... There we go. We're in orbit. We still have 990, so that's plenty. Now, if we do another thing here, we're going to come in and aerobrake for a landing. So we don't want to do that. Ideally, we would just want to come into contact with Ike. So let's go ahead and slow down and see if we can find an Ike encounter at some point along here. I can only imagine we will. And actually, if we set Ike as our target... Yeah, here's our upcoming encounter with Ike. Oh, that was quick. Where did that go? Let's go ahead and name prograde. We really are not using up too much fuel here, so I'm not that concerned with this. I'm more concerned with how crazy our pilot is swinging the ship around. I should also probably be concerned with getting solar panels up, at least one of them. How about this one? It's nice and in the sun. Okay, so let's burn up a little bit here. There we go. There's an Ike encounter. And we're going to live with that. I think let's turn off trajectories because we don't need them anymore. Add our apoapsis. What can we do to make this better? Neither one of these help. So what about radial? Oh, there we go. Radial down. And we don't really care about prograde or retrograde around Ike because landing on Ike's not that hard once you get an orbit around it. It keeps a face to Duna, so it doesn't actually rotate that much. So coming in retrograde's not a big deal. 32 kilometers above the surface, that sounds fine. 18 meters per second, that's a pretty good burn. So let's go ahead and aim at that maneuver node the way you always do, which is poorly. Okay, we don't actually care about the maneuver node anymore, so we're just going to delete it. We're going to focus on Ike, and we're going to burn until we have a nice looking periapsis here. There you go, 29. That looks good. Sadly, we're going to be doing this on the dark side, but what are you going to do? We're just going to burn down to get this guy into orbit. And we could be near the flag, but honestly, I don't care about that. Really, actually, we want to not do what we did at Gilly. Let's get this guy into an orbit like this. We want to actually know what is going on. So let's bring up our map resource overlay. Let's enable the overlay. And we care in particular about ore. So let's go ahead into our resource options here. Let's go ahead and look at ore. And this is the ore on Ike. And Ike is full of ore. Let's put the tooltips on. Don't know why there are no tooltips, but you know, we'll live with that. But I think that red is more. And then we're also going to check out carbonite. Okay, this is the carbonite in the area. It looks like on the Duna facing side there's a lot of carbonite. And a lot of ore, and it's looking good like right around here. This is looking pretty good. And if we now disable the overlay, it's right in this dark area right in the center with Duna right on the horizon, or I'm sorry, right above, which isn't as picturesque as you could want. But let's actually, okay, that's not too bad in carbonite or in ore. And there's no carbonite, so this one is out. Right on the horizon here, this would be kind of a nice spot to land, so that you have Duna like right up in the sky. That would be kind of cool. This red area here, let's see what the ore's like right here. Yeah, I can't really read that, but I think this is good. I actually think this is pretty good. So I think we're actually going to aim for this. We're going to aim for this kind of in the middle of the big black mark on the, it would be the east side looking from Duna, the eastern side, like right here where it's the darkest. I think that's what we're going to go for right here. Kind of basaltic rock or something. Who knows what it is? Some sort of lava flow on the surface of Ike at some point. That's why there's so much good ore there. So we're going to go with that. That's where we're going to go. However, the first thing we got to do is actually get into orbit. So let's go ahead and, again, fast forward until we're in the sphere of influence. Coming down to our maneuver node, which looks like it might be in the dark. Oh, actually, we know it'll be in the dark. Still looks pretty cool. With Duna on the horizon there. That is just awesome. Okay, go ahead and aim us at that maneuver node. What's our... Oh yeah, we got tons of electric charge. It's a 30-second burn. I don't think that's right, though. Because it's 190 meters per second. It's about 20% of our fuel. So it's going to be like a 10-second burn, give or take. Actually, I keep forgetting. Time to node burn. I don't need to guess. Okay, that should be pretty good. And it is. Periapsis of 33, apoapsis of 43. We're going to live with that the way it is. I don't mind it. We could set up another burn at our periapsis. And actually, let's see. This is, yeah, see, and where we want to come down is sadly in the dark, so we're going to have to wait a few orbits because I am not landing this guy in the dark. It's going to be kind of hard to see a shadow on this dark area, but I think we'll be fine. And the worst part is, actually, maybe we should wait until it's around here, because then his orbit is going to actually be over it. And let's look at our overlay again. Oh, we got our tooltips now. So yeah, ore is 0.4%, or just 4%. Looks like 4 to 5% is the most anyway. So this is looking pretty good. Right along this here, 3 to 4%. We don't need the maximum. All we want is something nice. And then we can go to resource options. I don't even know if that's carbonite or ore. I think it was carbonite. Yeah, or that was ore. Carbonite is 1.4%, 2.0%, right? So along here a little bit farther is 2.0%. And that's looking like the most carbonite we can really expect. Oh, 4% up here. But we're not going to do that. We want something that has both because we're lazy people. We want to land right around here. So actually, probably right about now, we should start burning retrograde. And actually, let's go ahead and turn trajectories back on. Oh, wait. Which direction are we going? Yeah, we're going this way. Okay, so we're going to burn down until our trajectory shows us coming in just on the edge of this limb here. Right there. That's perfect. So now we don't need trajectories anymore. All we need is this to tell us how much we need to slow down to stop. We need 372. We have 706. That's roughly double. I think we are good to go. We are good to go. And we want to aim at that maneuver node. Just so we know roughly where we're going to go. We should get the gear down. Base is a little bit taller than I would like. But what are you going to do? Not very much. Probably could have made it better, but, you know, I'm me. Got 11 minutes until impact here. Oh, there's Duna. Hello, Duna. Here's our very dark area to land in. Looks like we might be on a hilltop or something. This looks like, yeah, 30-second burn seems reasonable. And we can do it right at when it tells us to, and I think that's correct, but I'm going to hit F5 anyway. I'm going to go to a little bit before it tells us to, maybe 15 seconds or so. Suicide burn. It says the suicide burn is in 118 meters per second. I don't think this is right. Our suicide burn altitude, I just don't trust it. So I am going to, now that everything is really super dark, I'm going to see where we are. We are perfectly fine. I'm going to hit Z, because I'm getting scared about where we are. And I'm also going to go retrograde, not maneuver node. And my cat's meowing at me. Also going to turn this guy around so up is up. And I think I was scared for nothing. Just I don't like landing on this really dark area. It's hard to tell what's what. But I think we're going to do this. We're going to turn the HUD on. This guy's going to keep us aiming retrograde, which is perfectly fine by me. Oh, we're now in surface mode, which is probably smart. Our suicide burn distance is 1,000 meters. I think I'm going to trust it now. When we get to 500, I'm going to hit X again. 500, I'm hitting the gas. I'm going to slow us down to about... There you go. Now I think when this gets to about 200, I'm going to hit the gas again. Our slope is 12%, which is horrific. When it gets to 200, I'm going to hit the gas. I'm going to slow us down to under 10 meters per second. When it gets to, say, 50, I'm going to hit the gas. Actually, I think I'm starting to think about, just being... Oh my god, I hit the... Oh, the stupid... We're in trouble. We're in trouble. Stay upright. Stay upright. We lost a solar panel, but that solar panel probably saved our ship. Yep, the blackness of... Okay, we're good. The blackness of the surface caused me to not realize how close we were. That's fine. That's fine. We lost the solar panel. The ship is okay, though. We only really need one, maybe two of them, and we have three. So that's more, right? Whew. Okay, the first thing we're going to do is build this guy's replacement, because he is terrible. We need to build something that is better, and that's part of the plan. That's part of being on Ike and then finishing it off. So let's start our ore drill. And we are drilling ore at a rate of certain or whatever, and then we're gonna start metal to rocket parts, ore to metal, and scrap metal to metal. So everything is turning into rocket parts, which is perfect. And then now we need to lay out a stake here and start planning our second base. Now, I don't actually have that thing planned, so we're going to do that. I'm going to do a cut, and I will come back when I have my base ready to build on the surface. Okay, we are 99.34% of the way to our all-in-one ground base that is going to be built over here. At least it was supposed to be. I'm kind of new with Kerbal Inventory System, and I screwed it up. I dropped the stake on the ground instead of planting it in the ground, and it looked like it was stuck in the ground, but it was just happened to be right side up. And when I did that, it exploded. So I don't know exactly what's going to happen when I finalize this. If it's anything like what happened on Minmus, it will appear somewhere near here and explode. If that happens, I reserve the right to restore from backup and hack in another survey stake or something like that, because that's let's just call it bull. And we're going to finalize build, even though it's telling me, hey, this is going to make it explode. That's what this message means. Yeah, that's not what I wanted. It's in the air. At least it's not falling. Yeah, this is the base though. This is the thing. These are supposed to be in the ground, keeping it upright. But yeah, this is obviously wrong. So I'm going to restore from my backup, and I'm going to hack another couple survey stakes into this ship. And then we're going to try it again. I think if we bring one out and then we drop it and then grab it with the Kerbal Attachment System grab option, we want to... Actually, yeah, we can leave the build going. Okay, so I'm going to close this thing here, and I'm going to exit the game, and I will be right back when I have cheated to fix a bug. Okay, I am going to show you all my cheating here. We have Original Canadian Worman. If you all recall, which you probably don't, but maybe Original Canadian does, he's on Minmus. Minmus has a ton of extra stakes. I looked at the save file, and I determined that it would be very difficult to hack in stakes into the extraplanetary launchpad base. So I got Original Canadian out. I had him grab one using the Kerbal Attachment System grabbing system. Then he teleported out here with HyperEdit. I'm not doing any of this out of not doing any of this secretively or anything. I'm gonna turn this off because it's screwing me up. But he's now flying his way over to the ELP base. I got him within a couple kilometers. It's not super easy to set these things up with HyperEdit. But Original Canadian here has bent the laws of time and space in order to deliver this single survey stake to the extraplanetary launchpad base here, and then he's going to HyperEdit his way back to Minmus. And with this crazy slope, I don't even know for 100% sure that this will be enough. The new base might end up halfway in the ground or something for all I know. And if that happens, I actually reserve the right to rebuild the base. But I'll show it to you because it'll be funny looking. It'll probably then explode. And then we're going to attach this using the correct thing. Original Katie's going to say, hey guys, what's up? I'm out of here. I think you can climb into this one. Oh, there it is. Okay, close the alarm of this thing. Oh, look at this base. It's just crazy. Let's go ahead and finalize the build and hope that this works. And that's what I was afraid of. Parts of the base were stuck in the ground. In particular, this, see, the drills exploded. The base is not right side up. It might be just that the thing's broke. So I need to raise it off the ground a little bit more. Here's my ground base. It's obviously too low for Ike. So we're going to raise it up about to here. Now this might make the drills unrealistic, but I'm at the point now where I don't care. Please make this work. And it has not worked again. It's still in the ground, which kind of scares me. That tells me that it ignores what I set it to, which means I have to rebuild this not on these, which is super annoying. Okay, I'll be back again. Okay, this is it. I can feel it. This is the one. This is the time when we finalize the build and it works. Yeah, look at that. The brakes aren't on. The brakes aren't on, and we're in trouble because there's no computer. Well, there's a computer, but there's no power. And this is gonna go right through this solar panel here. Okay, you know what? We're gonna live with this. Oliver, EVA. Oh, okay, get on here. Now, open the solar panel. Okay, now, this guy should have power now. So the brakes should work. Oh, what is... Oh, that's the solar panel from the other place. Okay, the problem is this panel's not getting any light. It's blocked by the blast smelter. Okay, so that means you have to... oh, God, you're trapped. Things could have worked better. Okay. I'm gonna actually redo this, but we're gonna keep it this way, but we're gonna open up the solar panels on the correct side so that this thing gets power. I'm sorry. It's terrible. This is a horrible, terrible tragedy. Okay. We're gonna start from back up. We're gonna live with this problem because it's hilarious. Okay, here's what we're gonna do. We are gonna go into map mode. We're gonna see. Oliver is the pilot, so you were the correct one to get out. So Oliver, you're going on EVA. You are gonna get yourself on top. You're gonna hit your head on something and then smack your face into the ground. Okay. Then you're going to get yourself on top of the base here. You are a pilot. You are designed for this sort of work. And yes, you're going to stand out there for like 15 days. Now it's nighttime. It cannot be nighttime when we do this. So we are going to fast forward to daytime. Sun is high in the sky, and it's this way. We're going to finalize the build. Then we're going to close this. Then we're going to jump to you. We're going to jump to you. There you go. You are going to land on this battery. Whoa. Okay, open this solar panel. Okay, perfect. Oh, that might have been a mistake. Don't get stuck. But now we should be able to apply the brakes. Oh my word. That was some strong brakes right there. Let's close these solar panels. Oh boy, okay. So we can't just slam the brakes on. We have to tap the brakes. we have to tap the brakes. Okay. You know what else? Let's go into the spaceplane hangar. Or the VAB. And let's see if tweakable everything allows us to start with the brakes on. That would be the smart way to do this. Lock steering, disable motor. Does disable motor? No, it'll still roll. Yeah, we can't set the brakes here to begin with. Can we start this with power is the question. Can we start this with these extended? Let's try this. Let's start with these extended. Let's save this like this. Because now we'll be able to hit the brakes right away, is my thought. Because his solar panels should be open. So therefore, things. Okay, so let's cancel this build. Now, once again, it must be daytime for this to work. Because the computer on the thing has to hit the brakes. Because we obviously can't do it after the... Okay, the sun is risen. Let's get it up in the sky a little bit. Now, we're going to finalize this build, close this, and then brakes. Okay, good. The brakes are on. This thing is pretty much upright, which is awesome. If we control from here, that's as close to upright as I care to get it. There's also a QBE here, and you can tell this is like the HAL 9000 of this base, because he's got the little light here. But that's just his battery. But the QBE, we're going to control from here. He's looking directly south, which is pretty much perfect. I don't think I would want to move this base at all. We're going to leave it the way it is. Also, we are going to start drilling here. Interesting, is the center of mass didn't come over the stake. The center of mass of the root part went over the stake. We are going to start the carbonite drill. And then this guy, we're going to start the ore drill. Then this smelter, we are going to auto pump. I don't know. Oh, that's for the thing. We're going to start ore to metal and scrap metal to metal. This converter here, we're going to start liquid fuel and oxidizer. This converter here, we're going to start monopropellant. We are missing inputs. I did not put a carbonite tank on this thing. Why me? Why do I do these things or not do these things? Now I need to build a extra thing off to the side for a carbonite base. Okay, well, I'm going to do that. Let's just change this into ore, because obviously we don't have carbonite. Start the ore drill. Yeah. Start the ore drill, stop the carbonite drill. Okay, so we'll just drill ore and get that going. But this is the new base. So what we're going to do is we're going to build yet another thing just off to the side over here that will allow us to store carbonite. And then we can drill for both of those. And then this is basically done. I kind of like this base design. Let me up the ambient light so you can see it better. Here it is. Yeah, I found out that along the length of this to this, if you put up these, is a little bit less than 15 degrees. Now, you remember our slope here was 12 degrees, so a little bit less than 15. 12 works pretty well. He can build things here. He can land and launch things from here. He can drive around, which wasn't in the original plan, but hey, what are you going to do? And that's it. This guy is now our base from now on. We're not going to ever use this again. We're not going to recycle it. We're just going to leave it. And honestly, this is basically the end of our Duna-Ike stuff. Really quickly, let's see everybody in the ship. We already know that Oliver's in there. Ankro, Blizzy, Wolf, JS, Dale the Goat, and I guess no drones. I didn't bring any drones up. But all you guys are you're Duna. You are the first colonists of Duna, or the first colonists of Ike, I should say. The first colonists of Duna are there, and we're never going back to them either. Duna is checked off the list, and I am exhausted. I was going to do all 3 arrivals, but Ike took a little more time than I thought. As fun as it was a bit annoying. So we're gonna leave this here. I hope you enjoyed watching this. I definitely enjoyed playing it. I am Fifth Horseman, and I will, when we are probably getting to Jewel next episode, talk at you later.